Oh, here's a great question. Mike says, what can you tell us about the Racelogic stock car series? Okay, so Racelogic, it's not a series, but it's a chassis school. So what Brian Littleton has been doing this for over 20 years. He gathers up experts in any particular discipline. So we've done a crate late model class. We've done a street. This year we did for 2021, we did a crate late model class. We did a metric street stock class, and we did an IMCA stock car class. And Brian gathers up these experts. We find a location, and then they put on a class, chassis school, really talking about all the setup and everything that goes into that with some of the smartest and best people in the business. And starting in 2020 was the first test case, but then now here in 2021, I filmed them all for Brian and put them onto the Racelogic website, which is racelogic.vip. So instead of .com, it's a .vip. And then you can sign up for those classes. And I mean, there's a fee that goes with it, but I think it's worth every single dollar.
I can't speak to the other classes because the only one I went to was the late model class.
Right.
And I learned shit at the late model class.
You've been doing this for 30 years.
I've been doing this shit all my life. And it's honestly like the stuff you gain, like just little shit. I mean, everybody knows the big stuff.
Yeah.
But nobody knows the little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the little stuff is like what counts. And like, I don't know. I learned stuff.
Well,
I was like one of the people who like spoke there. So
what's interesting is that, that little stuff, it really does matter even more with a low horsepower application.
Correct.
So even if you don't have a crate engine necessarily, if you're in a class which is a lower horsepower application outside of the supers, every single little thing makes that difference.
Well, I mean, one of the things like related to me when I went to that class is you had Matt Henderson there talking. So like you got a race car driver talking on a race car driver's level,
mm-hmm.
meaning we're not all the brightest bulbs in the back. And he broke it down to where I could understand what he was saying. Because I'm a race car driver.
Mm-hmm.
First, engine builder second. But he broke it down on a level I could understand. Because, I mean, Chip and some of the guys that were there could, like, speak a little bit over everybody's head. And Matt would interject and, like, break it down to a point to where I could understand what was actually being said.